Welcome back, everyone. If you are a homeowner, a renter, or you own a business, having to file an insurance claim as a result of Hurricane Isaac, and you've run into some problems, help is here, right, John?
Absolutely. Today, we're talking about Hurricane Isaac claims. We're joined by local attorney, insurance defense attorney primarily, Danny Hynes, respected attorney. In fact, he's so good, he's given me many a headache on insurance claims, hurricane claims, and in Katrina. Danny, we're honored to have you here with us today to talk about do's and don'ts of Hurricane Isaac claims.
That's right. It's great. Normally, you all are on the opposite side of the court, right?
Absolutely.
And today, you're on the same side, and that is to help our viewers out there. Yes. So let's just get right into it. Lots of people have lots of issues as a result of Hurricane Isaac, something they've gone through before with Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Rita. What is your advice to folks as they face some of the challenges with making these insurance claims?
I think one of the first things you got to do is just be able to document, if you can, the nature of your claim, the proof of it. That's what the insurance company is looking for. So that if you've probably had a claim in the areas that are affected now with Katrina or Rita or any other storm, you want to be able to set a baseline to show just what your damages are. Mm-hmm. And there's many ways that you can do that.
Well, but John, you represent a lot of those people who are filing claims. Documenting things, that can be a bit of a challenge for folks, right? And what do they do if they can't?
Well, the most challenging documentation problems come for our poor neighbors in Braithwaite who had flooding up to their rooftops.
Right.
That means their receipts of purchases,
right.
Everything got soaked, mm-hmm. and in some areas, you know, they're still flooded.
That's right.
But many people don't have that problem, and they can still use, you know, they can go back and do it. And Danny,
but John, as you know, you can go and do things like to establish your purchases before the storm, or mm-hmm. improvements to your home, for example. You have bank statements that you can secure, or credit card statements.
Absolutely.
Or you can contact old contractors that did work for you that should or hopefully would have copies of documents showing work performed, and these are the kind of things that you can do where retailers or bankers or credit card companies would have documents for you that you might have otherwise lost.
Yeah, and that's the value of this. This conversation here, this is the stitch in time we hope that saves 9, because you know, you may say, goodness, I don't have anything and
right.
I can't give anything to my insurance company. Well,
right.
hold on. That's really good advice. What about, did you pay with a credit card? If you paid cash, well, can you find the guy you paid to renovate
yeah.
your kitchen? You know, go to the store you bought it at. Maybe they can pull it up from a record. These days, this is a digital age. There are ways to reconstruct things.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lawyer at the website for this show, you can get some of these tips. But what else can we do?
It's going to be very helpful in determining the value of the items that you've lost as well.
Oh,
when you're making the claim.
Absolutely. And if you've received prior payments also, you can get proof of that from the insurer that paid you to show what work you've done, what was accomplished.
Yeah.
So there are many ways to skin the cat.
What are some of the pitfalls out there that people need to be sure that they avoid? Let's start with adjusters, okay? I'm waiting on the adjuster. You're smiling, Danny.
That's a good one for you to answer, because a lot of times the lawsuits happen after the adjuster didn't do right.
I'm more concerned, and I'm going to get a lot of people upset with me probably, but is with what is known as a public adjuster.
Okay.
And my experience and what we saw before was a lot of people held themselves out as public adjusters, and they were not qualified.
Now, so I'm a homeowner, and I am being approached by an adjuster. I mean, how am I going to know it's a public adjuster?
They have to identify themselves
as a public adjuster.
And what they could be doing is soliciting your business. And they're going to attempt to come in, and sometimes it gets borderline. John, I know, has a strong opinion on this, whether they're even practicing law. Okay, if they're on a contingency basis. But the thing that concerns me is I've seen a lot of public adjusters who, they're in it for themselves. They're not in it for the client. They're not in it for the homeowner that has a claim. And we saw a lot of abuses by these people. Off air we were talking, but I remember one case where a house was purchased shortly before the storm, Katrina, that was at $100,000. and this public adjuster submitted $160,000 in repairs.
That's incredible. And John, your issue with these public adjusters is what?
Well, two things. Basically, there's bad apples in every profession, bad apples as adjusters, public adjusters. On the claimant side, those people who are making a claim against their own homeowners insurance or even your flood insurance, a public adjuster can go out to your house and they could do a good job and say, well, you have damage here, 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 and here, and here's a detailed report, and you can use that with your insurance company. The problem that I see with public adjusters is the other half of the equation is you have to know the law and interpretation of contracts. Does the flood payment interfere with what you receive on your homeowner's payment? Public adjusters are not attorneys, and you're dealing with law, interpretation of contracts, insurance contracts, the fine print, the devil's in the details. That's why I think it's risky to have a public adjuster and not an attorney helping
so
you.
what do I do as a homeowner in a situation where I'm totally stressed out, I've lost everything, and I need help, and I need it immediately?
Well, I hesitate to say this because you're promoting attorneys, but I think attorneys experienced in these matters are more your best friend than anything else. And in the sense, not for fees that they could generate or anything, but that they can look and evaluate and see the circumstances that are important that you might miss. And and that's important. The insurance company wants to resolve this as quickly as they can, and the insurance company, for the most part, most insurers want to go and do the right thing, but you need the facts, and you need someone to go through the maze.
Yeah, John.
Let me just add to that. I think an experienced attorney is going to do better than an inexperienced attorney. An attorney who does everything, immigration, traffic, this, that, and the other. Be careful. Jack of all trades, master of none. I think most insurance companies, if presented all the proof, it's harder for them to deny the claim. So it's better if you go in with somebody helping you provide all the proof, you're more likely to get paid. Big picture though, you got flood insurance, you got homeowners insurance, which is wind and rain. And
not everyone who has homeowners has flood.
Right.
Right.
Now, if you might not have flooding, you might only have damage to your roof, which led in water. You might have flood damage, but very little wind damage. You can get free consultations from lawyers about this, and you can get more information about it on our website. Go see a lawyer. Doesn't need to be me, it could be anybody. Talk to a lawyer, get the free consultation.
Can I be made whole from both my flood insurance and my homeowner's insurance, or is it one or the other?
You could have claims against both policies.
Absolutely.
And it could be according to the terms of the policy. There may be deductibles or there may be depreciation, depending on each policy. But you can essentially be made whole. Now, you can't double dip.
But that deductible thing, that really
That's a
makes
huge
the made
thing,
whole
and that
thing.
has changed tremendously since Hurricane
That's
Katrina.
the fly in the ointment, isn't it? Deductibles are so big now that I just don't know. I think they made a mistake allowing insurance companies to raise the deductible so much. I really hope the legislature reverses some of that. Insurance companies made more than enough profits after Katrina. I hope that they do something to roll that back.
Well, it is an issue for lots of homeowners, and in fact, we know that some homeowners aren't even going to be able to make repairs necessary because of those high deductibles. And in that particular case, I mean, are they just out of luck?
It depends on the size of your claim. It depends on what the damage is attributable to. And these are things that we can't answer right now. I mean, if it's flood, you have a different issue than if it's wind.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, you were going to say something?
No, just you're going to have to try and repair your home with less money, which means maybe you had hardwood floors. Now you're going to have to go to, I don't know, some cheaper version.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, we want to get you in on the conversation. Our viewers, very important. So as soon as we come back from this very quick break, we're going to get to your questions and to your comments. Stay with us. We'll be right back.